your boy Bleeve. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great evening. My name is Bleeves. This is Bedtime with Bleeves, Monday Night Raw edition. And you know something, brother? Here we go. I'm going to say my prayers. I'm going to eat my vitamins, and we're going to figure out what is going on with this crypto market. That bing, bada, bing, ching, ching, big profit. We're going to figure whatever's going out. We're going to find out. We're going to solve the problem, and then we're all going to profit from it. Honda's in the house. What's going on, my man? Tom Collide is here. Richard Nelson is in the house. Matty B is in the house. Let's get started. What do we have going on? Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Sativa Cyborg Fry is in the house. It is going to be a good week. And I did also hear what Richard Nelson said, that XRP is going nuts on Thursday for some reason. Now, I don't know what that reason is. That's, speculative at best, but we do have some potentials that are coming up over the course of the next couple of days. Jay Manuel's in the house. What's going on? Dave D, what is happening? About to drop the elbow on the market. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Old said so. What's a good entry for XRP right now? You know what? As a matter of fact, let's go look at the chart and I'll tell you what it is. XRP. I mean, really, right here where it is, you gotta understand what's going on with XRP. It looks like it's playing itself out right now into this pattern here. Now, it looks like the breakout might be coming at the bottom. Now, when I did this, I was, kind of tightening it up. So, but I mean, look at that right there. That really looks like a picture. And by the way, we did this, I want to say this morning. So 9 hours later, we are still in this pattern. So I would think that there's a breakout coming. Now, entry point is going to be this 50 SMA coming up like this. So coming down here, 65. If you're trying to get a position into XRP and it's coming down, then you're going to be looking at 65 as an entry point. But if it breaks, what I would not do is I wouldn't go in deep. You would want to DCA your way in. Then you would be looking again here at 58. And then your real entry point is going to be down here at 55 or 52. So those are the spots right now that are the most likely points of entry for XRP. Now, the other part to this is if this breaks, and it could break down before it breaks up, but this really is, I mean, look at what we're doing here. This is a perfect, you can't make a pennant pattern any better than this right here. It's playing out perfectly. It's meaning lower highs, higher lows, getting to the point of basically an explosion. And when that explosion happens, I assume at this point that we're probably looking at a top maybe of 82, because there's a lot of consolidation in this range, and maybe we kind of get caught up at some of these levels, a few pennies up. But this is, and by the way, this is hours. So for the 4-hour chart, if I go to the 2-hour chart, I mean, look at this. It's picture perfect, right? We look at the 1-hour chart, and it is just like it doesn't get any better than this. And we are on the upside of the SMA at this point. So if that's the case, then it stands to reason that we're probably ready for a big positive move. However, we're going to get into why that may not happen either. But we can look down here and see from the MACD, money flow seems to be moving towards the positive on the 1 hour. On the 2 hour, it's still bearish and coming out. However, it's starting to move to the positive 4 hour still looking bearish, but again, we've been at this light green candle, meaning a reversal could be imminent. On the daily chart, however, we are still way up here in a positive. So, and in the weekly, we just minted another big green candle, one of the largest green candles we've seen in a while. So overall bullish, short term bearish. And by short term, I just mean in the next day or two or three. And here's what we've got playing out here. We've got tomorrow. We got the building permits. Then we've got personal income month over month. Oh, this is the 28th. I'm sorry. Let's do that again. God damn it! I got to get to the 4 hour. Here we go. So recap. We got retail month over month on the 18th. On the 19th, we've got the building permits, and that's about it for the week. So nothing really setting the world on fire. Now, on July 20th, men landed on the moon on July 20th, and it's also my birthday. So could there be an absolute breakout of cryptocurrency? Yeah, there could be. In fact, let me show you something that's ridiculous because I always say this, but the worst day ever in the crypto market during the last, this is during that dip where we had that summer dip in 2021. Look at that shit right there. The lowest wick right there was my birthday. So that is some bullshit, right? The low on that wick was 1.158 trillion market cap, which we are actually above right now, ironically. However, that was the low of the last bull run and that little dip during the summertime. So, yeah, celebrated my birthday by dumping. What kind of bullshit is that? Now, let's get into this broader market real quick. Well, your cryptocurrency is 35 billion, but we're not really pumping today. 24 hours. We've got money coming out. XRP bleeding just a little bit, but BNB up 1.67%. So not so all is not lost, but not the day that you really want to see. Down 0.16 overall. We'll see whether or not this maintains, but it just seems like there's a lot of interest coming in. Now, the number to be watching here is going to be 83 billion in Tether and 27 billion in USDC. When we start to see money being moved into those positions right there, that's when we're going to start to see a springboard of activity. And right now, we're not seeing that yet. We just saw $1 million come in from USDC, but it could be getting stable from just your basic stuff. But Bitcoin was below 30,000 today. Altcoins retract after positive Ripple news. Now, one of the things you might be asking yourself is why, if there's such great news coming out, why is there all of this good news coming, and why is there no pump when, in fact, at this point, we should really be talking about like a big pump happening. Like, why is it not going on? And the reason for that is these assholes are selling off again. Celsius sells 23.5 million token days after former CEO Alex Mashinsky was arrested. So here's what we got going on. This is last night. So when we started to see the dip last night, this is what was going on. Celsius, that's arrested and located in the United States for some reason, is using a foreign exchange to sell overnight on all of these different exchanges. 1.27 million Link, worth 8.5 million. 2.83 million SNX, 12,597 BNB, 4.45 million 1-inch ZRX, and FTX transferred to Falcon X, and 186,000 Bone were all deposited into accounts, and they started to get sold off. So if we come over to here and we start to look at Link, SNX, we start to look at all of these other ones, they did not have good overnights. They started to sell off, and this is last night. Let me go back here just a little bit. These were the overnights, and then you saw, of course, these nice little sell-offs, and it was happening all over the place. Same thing with BNB, sell-off overnight. Celsius, again, This is what happens when you trust Alex Mashinsky. Low rent piece of shit, can't manage an exchange, can't do anything right. This is what happens when you trust these low rent scumbags to manage any of your money. And then he, of course, whose fault was it? Everybody else's. It was everybody else's fault. He wasn't doing anything wrong. It's just, yeah, und it's just market conditions or whatever the fuck he says. But listen, guys, this is, you have to be very careful when you give your crypto to somebody else, which is why it's so important in this day and age to be looking at and at least consider supporting things like Lido. This Lido DAO, 1.8 billion market cap, but it's liquid staking, which means that you get to keep your crypto while you're staking. So as long as it's in your wallet and as long as it's sitting there, then you're earning yield off of it and you don't have to do anything for it. Like you don't have, all you have to do is let them know that you're willing to do it, right? And then they take over from there and you have to register, of course. I mean, you have to register, of course, but these are so much better than just giving up your crypto. So, but let's keep moving on. This Bitcoin continuation pattern points to a 3 to 6 month uptrend ahead. And look, that's why I say long term, I think we should all be pretty bullish when we're looking at these charts. It's reasonable to expect that there's going to be some sort of corrections here and there. But, you know, generally speaking, we're looking at a real nice continued uptrend in this market. We're playing out a little downward sort of momentum move here. But we're not really out of, we're not in bad shape. And again, like this is my horribly drawn line. We're going to get rid of that, showing that there's upward momentum coming. But, you know, we're not breaking 30,000. And we did break 30,000. Like we wicked down here into what, 29,679. And immediately within that very hour, it got bought right back up, took us back to 30,000. So why is it that this thing keeps happening? And you know, I think the simple answer is, the easy answer is to say market manipulation. But the hard part on this answer is it's not just willful market manipulation. It's the fact that you have these low rent donkeys like Alex Mashinsky who can't manage a business to save his life. Needing to sell off onto the open market in order to pay bills because he's not a good businessman because he's again, he's just low rent. He's not, he's a bad investor. He's a bad business manager, but we gave him a lot of money. So here we are watching them sell off to meet expenses, to pay bankruptcy, to do what they've got to do in order to make some of the people whole. And they say, oh, yeah, we're fixing everything. We're making everybody whole. Well, yeah, by dunking on the broader market, because that's the kind of low rent type shit that he did. That's why he got arrested and why he had to pay a $40 million bond to get out, which is, I want to say, I think that he only had to put up some property that he probably, by the way, it should be noted, just so you guys understand what kind of a dirtbag this guy is, bought his wife a house, didn't buy himself a house, bought his wife a house on the day that they got the money for one of their VC companies throwing capital in there. Like this is the type of low rent scumbag that he is. He's not even hiding it, which is why he's going to deserve everything that he gets. So, but let's move. You know, I got to keep I got to stop talking about this fucking asshole. Anyway, so bullish pattern continues. So uptrend. Rebounding price up to 30,100 after retreating to the June low. And that is that, we do have to recognize that we did come back and then we did retrace back to this June low. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. So you can see it all the way down here to 29,679. Now a reversal is on tap. And what we need to see, because if we don't, by the way, if we don't see this, then I'm afraid that we're probably going to start seeing some downward momentum. And I want to start with the 1 hour because it's starting to move into the green. We flipped the RSI to bullish. The moves are coming towards the upside. But here's the thing. This 50 SMA, we've got to get over. and this 200 SMA we've got to get over. If we don't stay over these, then these are bearish indicators. These bearish indicators means the price is going to come down. This is the way that it works. If you when you see this crossover right here, what happened? Price came down. When you see it cross back over, price went up. When you see it cross back over, price is now coming back down. When you see the price move like this over here, you saw it cross over, you saw price go up just a little bit, and that's when you got the big move, right? So we need another one of those big moves. In order to get one of those big moves, we're going to have to see some positive momentum. So the start of it at this point is, zooming back in, that green and then the crossover on the RSI. Now we've got to, we need 30,300 basically, and we need to run that as support, get out of this little area right here, hopefully flip it green, and then move into 30,500. Getting into 30,500 would be a nice start at a nice big recovery for Bitcoin. And again, why are we talking about a recovery? And we're talking about a recovery because Celsius did their dog shit sell off because they're because they're managed by a low rent clown who can't really do more than steal from people. So where does that leave us? I don't think it's that bad. I think the situation is not as bad as I'm even joking about right now. I think that we're going to have a nice little pump coming very, very soon. So let's move on just a little bit more here. Gensler, unhappy with the XRP ruling, won't change strategy. Basically what he said was he doesn't care what the law is, right? Instead of the law, he said, and he said this today, if you're wondering what kind of low rent loser he is, he said, let me preface this with what he said was, okay, that the judge only gave an opinion. Well, that opinion happens to be the law, partner, and it's going to take 2 to 3 years for him to appeal that ruling, to get it down, because I'm sure Ripple is going to use every trick in the book to continue to stall it and forestall it through the rest of the bull run, so that there's nothing that he can do other than act a little bit disjointed. Because here's the thing, if he comes out here and it's been ruled that XRP under its current guise is not a security when it comes to retail, then all of the retail that is trading all of the things that he potentially identified as securities through Coinbase, through Binance, all of those things, they're not considered securities, and this is slam dunk. Like, he has no case, he has nothing that he can do right here. And actually, most of these could be moved to be dismissed outright, because there is this recent ruling that he's going to say that he's going to appeal. So he says that he's not going to change his strategy. His strategy that doesn't work is what he wants to keep doing. That's really ridiculous, right? But again, this really comes down to staking, and it should be pointed out that Coinbase staking is paused in 4 states, which illustrates regulatory risk. Now, those 4 states: Alabama, California, New Jersey. Weird, right? I mean, I think we should say weird, because it's a nice little mixture of states that Democrat and Republican, run by banks, I want to say. Like the only thing that I can say is that this stuff is really they're at the discretion of banks. They're doing this for the banks because that's who pays their that's who gives them the donations. That's the ones that do it. So yeah, that's just a little bit awkward to see it playing out. So anyway, that puts us into the market. So let's get into the market and let's see what's going on. If you have any tokens that you want to talk about, tonight is probably going to be the night. I'm going to go through as quickly as I can to try to knock these out. First of all, PSYOP. PSYOP is having a run. Now, so full disclosure here, yesterday, Loyal started to have that big that big pump, and it's now way up and over where it was at its all-time high. And I sold around 2,000 right here when I got back and made whole, and then I got 10% But it ended up being because, ETH price went down and stuff like that, or ETH price went up, whatever it was. I ended up making about $1,000 off of Loyal, but I got out, so I'm no longer in that one. So we're going to strike that one from the record for now. There's no reason to really cover that. I was only covering it because I was hoping that something good was going to happen to begin with. But now the PSYOP with the $1.4 billion market cap, this one, according to what I'm hearing, and I'm not sure about any of the accuracy of what I'm hearing, but from what I'm hearing, ETHBEN is now about to turn on the money printer, basically, and you can see all these buys coming in, these big ass buys. So I think what you're about to see, look at this, 21 ETH buy just came in on PSYOP. So PSYOP is now on a nice big run. And we're going to come over here to Uniswap. I'll show you guys what I have left. I've not sold any of the PSYOP. I haven't touched it. And I put in $100. So now... Well, no, I put in 0.1 ETH. So whatever 0.1 ETH is now 0.24 ETH. So now I'm up 140% overall on my PSYOP. So everything that I touched with ETHBEN, by just me not crying about it and just holding on and letting the whole process play out, has allowed me to not take a loss here. And I've been able to get a little bit of a profit off of this. Now, my profit basically has been taken from Loyal, so I'm not motivated as a seller on PSYOP. However, if it 5x's from where it is right now, that could change. Like that would then be worth it to see the change. But one of the parts of PSYOP that I always liked was the idea that even if it pumps or whatever, but one of the pieces would be that the original holders, of which I still am one, the original holders would get airdrops and shit like that as ETHBEN does his thing. And look, I may not like him. I may not like what he stands for, what he does. I may not like a lot of the things about him, but I like money. So as long as he can provide me with a stream of potential tokens or potential benefits or something like that, and I can do that passively where I don't have to actively say anything or do anything, then yeah, I might be tempted to hold on to PSYOP a little bit longer. But if you remember, yesterday, Loyal was up 2,400%. So if just from here, consider that if PSYOP goes up 2,400% from where it is right now, then, that's not going to drop a zero. But I mean, could you imagine PSYOP got to a penny? That would be ridiculous. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's in the cards. I don't think there's any possibility of that. Not with the market cap being what it is, not with the way that all of this is done. But ETHBEN is throwing his $20 million that we kind of gave him, throwing it back into the project, and hopefully we see some life out of that. Now, moving on here real quick, we'll get through as much of this as we can, and then get back to the market in general. Lillian Finance consolidating still, but 12.5% up. Third exchange coming. When I move over here, then you can see there was a big spike just in the last recent period. But a nice, fairly green day. Bigger, the candles are getting bigger. I would like to see that wick up here. If you look at the wick up here, then you feel a little bit better about it moving into the positive, but you're not seeing that yet. So, we'll see what happens. 1584 on Pepe. Wagmi about to hit that all-time high yet again at 2258, just continuing to go. 50 million market cap, looking to see this thing get to 100 million market cap, looking for 300 million market cap. I told you guys before, I really think that Wagmi moves into that stratosphere. My bag now is $10,384, 5.34 ETH. Again, I just kind of feel like about 6x from here is the spot where I can see Wagmi going. If it went to 100 million or 150 million right now, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be upset. Like, I would think that was pretty good. But I really feel like, when you do these tokens, that 100 and going to a 300 million market cap is the next big thing. By the way, 300 million market cap is the next big thing for Ben token. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that I haven't told, and that's going to be everybody, by the way. It could be that by Friday I'll be partnered with Ben token to be their official YouTube channel. So I'm not sure how this works out yet. Not sure what the full kind of breadth of the pay. You know, I'm not sure of anything yet, but it could be announced as early as Friday that we're doing something. So wish me luck, guys. You know what? And that while I'm at it, I did, since it's part of it that I am the guy that tries to hook everybody up. I have reached out to Voltoshi. Again, Voltoshi's not answered my messages in a month now, almost a month. But I did reach out to him because there is possibly for Volt some partnership opportunities as well. But, you know, we'll see whether or not, because while I was on the conference call, they did pull up VoltiChange. So I'm doing what I can to provide exposure. Scottish Crypto, make sure you remember that when you get into the chat over there. I'm doing my share to try to be the most believable man in crypto and the most volted man in crypto. Don't know if that'll ever play out, but Wagmi Games sitting at 2258. Again, I really like to see the new high. I'd really like to see this thing pump up to 100 million market cap overnight. It's only 10 ETH, so it's not really worth cashing out on. You know, I'd rather just kind of hold it for 300 million. Again, I just think it's a 300 million market cap. I'll take out a couple ETH at that point and then let the rest ride. But, you know, I really think that Wagmi Games is about to get on a big run. I think we're just looking at, look, when I zoom out, it looks crazy what we did. But when you start to put it on the day chart and you start to do this, then, you know, it's not that much, right? So I get this feeling that 300 million is the magic number, and we're going to get there very, very soon. So moving on. Bone, $1.25, still consolidating. They're still waiting for something. The Bone team has been very, very vague about what's coming next, right? But what do we have here playing out? And look, when you have a bunch of these playing out, I got to point out, this is what the second one, along with XRP, that we're seeing on Bone, and we're seeing a perfect pennant playing out on these charts. And when you see stuff like that, you have to realize that these are bullish indicators. So I do think $1.61 is in the cards for Bone very, very soon. BRL still just kind of idling sideways. MMAI, no change there. Volt down a little bit, I want to say. Yeah, about 1%. Volume still in the 50, 60, 70,000. 13 million, by the way, overall. But SHIB 78.34, still not moving. And by the way, you're starting to see money come back onto chains for SHIB. So the good thing that you can say that's kind of bullish here is this. So if you want to make a play here, look at what you're seeing here. And now this is going to be dangerous, right? But I mean, you could make a real argument here. I mean, you can make a real argument here that you're about to have a breakout in the next couple of days. So, I mean, again, I feel like Volt is ready for that big explosion. The chart would tell me that it's come down here. It's minting this ascending wedge now. Even if I said, let's just look at the wicks up here. Even the wicks up here are minting at the same sort of area. So I really think that SHIB is ready for one of those monumental sort of runs. I mean, when I say monumental, I guess I shouldn't say it that way, but 100%, I feel like we're going to 2x any moment now. Debt Connected 1816. By the way, for those of you that don't know, I'm giving you some plays that are in my, if you are a member of my channel, yes, I did. If you are a member of my channel, so I do have a private chat, of course, on YouTube. So if you're a member, you're getting some of these early gems that are minting. Now, look, I don't know if any of these are going to do anything or are going to be anything. Okay. I don't know if they will or will not. What I do know is the other day. You know what? Let me show you the stat here. I think that's going to probably be the best thing to do. It's going to take me just a second because I'm going to have to find the But I do have a these guys made some serious money off of DeConnect the last couple days. Here we go. All right, so let me function print. Oh, damn it. All right, here we go. We're getting it up right now. That's what she said. All right, we got it. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys this. This is kind of crazy. And by the way, my XRP is about 3,000. But here's the thing: mine goes up every day because I have it on MEXC, and I get, when people who trade under me are doing futures trading, I earn XRP and I earn the MX token when you guys do trading. So my number it'd be 3,000 or almost like 2,783 today. But tomorrow could be 3,500. The way this thing, like it sometimes goes fast, sometimes goes super slow. It just depends on how much trade volume there is, and I don't sell anything. How did I fuck this up? Download. Oh, by the way, started playing Spider Tanks today too. And by the way, just barely played. All right, so I want you guys to read this because this is like so important here. This is crazy. Yesterday, me, Brett, and Hodler went into high risk chat, AMD, and looks the first 10 tokens that popped up for the results. Of course, it could have been a lucky time of the day, and they put 0.05 ETH in each time. Okay. If bought, those that were called during this test, once locked and renounced, are all pinned above. So this was Leapy. When it was announced, they did a 3x gain and got, again, 0.05 ETH every single time. So they cashed out 0.15 ETH. Oracle was 0.5 ETH. They cashed out half an ETH, again, off of 0.05. Save the Dogs lost 0.05. Floki Goldie lost 0.05. PETA lost 0.05. Save the Wolves, even money, or 2x will count as a loss, though, 0.05 ETH. Hoppy gained 3x, 0.15. Hoppy Classic 2 gained 2x. Hoppy Classic 3 gained a 3x. And Froglet gained a 2x. So 1 ETH in profit off of the 10 tokens that were out there. And all you have to do is buy low and sell when you've got a profit. Like, this is what's happening on DeConnect. If you're doing this with DeConnect, this is legitimately what they're doing and what is happening for the people that are doing this. So do not call him. Do not call him. He is, stay the fuck away from me. That crazy ass dog. Anyway, so you can see here, like, this is getting crazy. How much these guys are making off of this. And that was just one of the guys. One of the guys made an ETH off of it. So, and I'm on Fairdesk here, by the way, looking for, we're going to do, in just a second, we're going to do that. So that kind of leads us to Bitcoin. So we need Bitcoin to kind of run up again, have a nice little recovery here. You know, hopefully we see a nice little run, nice little spike up to 31.5 one more time, get a little bit of positivity out of it. Luna Classic did the breakout. Look at this. We again, this is the ascending wedge pattern that I told you guys. When you find an ascending wedge pattern, tends to break to the upside. This one broke to the upside and it's still breaking. 91.44. USTC, look at this one. USTC is on the move as well, starting to come down, but went up to 2 cents before this comeback down. And then XRP still in a pennant pattern in that range, just waiting for the moment that it's going to break out. And it really looks like to me, and I could be, this could be too tight, by the way, because as you can see, there's some wicking down here at the bottom and down here at the top. You can probably make an argument that it's going to play out over the next couple days, but it really looks to me like on the 1 hour chart, like this is about to break out. So what we could be saying here is right there. And then for this one, we could be looking at right there. And that gives it a little bit more time for a breakout. That puts it into, it still puts it to tomorrow by 5 o'clock that we should have a break in one direction or the other, with the likelihood, based on the way that this is playing, the likelihood is that XRP would break towards the upside. Now, because that likelihood is there, and because this market has not been doing it right lately, very well could be that it breaks to the downside. And if I get that feeling that probably we're looking at a downside move, then they could try to sweep the longs, because let's go take a look at Crypto Glass real quick. Crypto Glass, oh my god. Let's go look at Coin Glass. We already got, oh yeah, they got a liquidation map now. So, but this is the 24 hour. So longs got liquidated way more than shorts got liquidated, right? So when all of that's happening and your longs are getting liquidated like crazy, then what you want is you want that reversal, and you want that nice move, and you want the shorts to get liquidated again. So what we have down here, as you can see, is this big liquidation on shorts. Then we had a nice one for longs getting liquidated. Then we had a nice one for longs getting liquidated. Well, now it's time for the shorts to get liquidated again, because it runs in cycles every couple of days. So now that puts us at we're probably in need of something like that to happen. So, but to close this out, Advantis 1356, 100x gems 3584, RFD 6330, Cult 3288, Ben 5773, Pepe 4262. This is Pepe 2.0. Ye old dead token that somebody keeps telling me, no, it's going to run, bro. All right. And then Grumpy Cat 4639. I don't know what happened over here. I thought that this was on a nice little run not that long ago. So, yeah, it did have a nice little pump going. It was up in the 6,000 range. And then all of a sudden, here we go with, I don't know who it is, but they seem to be dunking on the chart every chance they get. So that leads us to Fairdesk. I've got $511. And the question at this point is, what are we going to make a play on right now on Fairdesk? You guys tell me what to do, and we're going to do it, because I'm down 140 on a BNB long. I'm down on a Bitcoin short. I'm not worried about their liquidation levels, though. Like, I think that I think I'm going to be fine. So I'm not really super concerned. I would like to not see it liquidate, but you never know when you might get ouched. So we'll see what happens there. 1242, and that's not the liquidation price, by the way. But this one right here, XRP, waiting for the same thing. This should actually be 28,198. I don't know why it says that. But so what are we going to go long on? What are we going to go short on? What are we going to do? You guys pick a direction. What are we doing here? Oh, and by the way, Fairdesk only does major crypto. So we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Litecoin, Doge, Polkadot, Link, Uniswap, BNB, XRP, Solana, and Matic. So tell me, what do you think we should do right now? Solana is the one that's down the most, down 3.67%. I think that maybe that might mean that the run is over. We can come over here onto this big chart and see that Solana is bouncing right here off of this big level of support, and it's into this channel right here, which means that it's probably headed down. So that's going to be a rejection right there. So if we're doing Solana, then the most likely play out here is Julio Don says, do you think Pepe 2 can break out back to 100 million again? There's no chance in hell that that's going to happen. If it gets listed on OKX, it'll probably 2x from where it is right now. But I mean, listen, Julio Don, here's the only thing that I'm going to say is that if everybody listened to me when I start telling you what's going to happen on these tokens, when this is just a meme coin, right? There's nothing special about Pepe 2 other than the community, and the community is only strong for a short period of time. Like that's it's just the nature of it. So if you have a strong community, then you're going to run, but eventually people are going to get tired of waiting. So they're going to be super tired of waiting. And let's go, Brandon's here. You're going to show pics of Ben billboards when they come out. Yes, as a matter of fact, I should be partnered with, I think I'll be partnered with them at that point, and we'll probably be streaming it and doing everything right now. But do I think Bone can 5x in August? I do not think Bone is going to 5x. As a matter of fact, I even put a number up here where I said that would be the maximum level that I think Bone is going to get to, and that's actually a 3x from here. If you look at this one right here, I think that it's going to go to 210. And then I think it breaks over 210 and then it starts coming up here. So I think around $3 is where it's going to go. And the reason is not because I don't trust in Bone or SHIB or I don't believe in either one of them. The reason for it is because the market doesn't have enough capital to do what Bone would need to do unless the money came from SHIB. And I think SHIB is destined right now. I've even put this just so you can see. This is kind of what I'm predicting Bone to do right now, or SHIB to do right now, to go break that. So that's going to require it to double its market cap, and Bone is not going to 5x its own market cap to do that. Bone will probably 3x maybe, or 2.5 would be the most likely scenario. So yeah, if you're trying to make money, what Philip said right here, throw some leverage on that. Do like a 2 or a 3x. And maybe your gains are going to be a little bit more. Of course, your risk is a little bit higher when you do something like that, but those are the chances that you take if you believe something's going to go up. The most important thing is not really, look, you got to pick the right direction, and then you got to pick where the bottom is. So now that we're doing that, where are we at here? So we got Bitcoin trading at 30,159. So we might be able to pop back into here at this level, and maybe we could this Bollinger Band, by the way, I did see something here. Somebody was talking about the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are super tight except for this little move, right? So we had this little move to the downside, and then off of this, it's starting to, you can see it's starting to get tight again as it's coming up towards the 50. So maybe the Bollinger Bands are not going to be our friends. But Ethereum, we haven't talked about Ethereum in a while. It's been kind of under the radar for us. It's doing the exact same thing as Bitcoin's doing. So, it makes me nervous on each one of these right now. And really, it's hard to even pick like what direction. Jefferson, I appreciate that Tectum thing. And, maybe one day we'll check that out. But just like this over here, we pull up random tokens based on super chats. When people do super chats, then we come and look at it, but otherwise, and we talk about what I want to talk about. So appreciate that, but we're going to look at what we want to look at for right now. Ethereum, look, this is obviously in the 19 area kind of resistance. Cardano down 1.48%. Didn't have a run like the rest of the stuff had today. So Doge, I don't like where Doge is. Doge is on the top end of this move here. But perhaps it runs up to 7.5 cents, but are we really doing that? No, what I really think here, guys, is I still think BNB is the play, because look at this. BNB really has not taken off, right? BNB has been kind of just kind of listless over here. And again, like I bought in here at 257, and I feel like 246 is a win in this regard. So like I would think that BNB is a good play as well. But I'll leave that to you guys to decide. Like I've also got Matic, Solana, XRP. If XRP is going to go out of its mind on Thursday, shouldn't we be getting in on it today? Like, shouldn't we be getting ready for that break? What direction do we? How about this? We're gonna do XRP. It is in a pennant pattern right now. All right. So here's the question: which direction do you think it's going to break? We got 1 minute before we make the decision. Is it going up? Is XRP going to break up, or is it going to break down? Just put in chat up or down. Which one are we going to do? And we'll just go by popular vote. We got up. We got up. We got up. We got 3 ups, 4 ups. We got Richard Nelson going up a couple times. Up and away. Everybody. All right. Janet Lachey. Janet Lachey is being reasonable there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Sativa Cyborg Fry is starting to understand what's going on. Lando, the Bears in the house with Janet. We've got the Bears in here now. So here we go. Dutch Cheese Cube says down. Sativa Cyborg Fry says down. You know, these guys are watching the market and they're seeing the same things that we're all seeing right here. Guys, let me point out before you guys, just in case you want to change your answer over here. One of the things that you should consider when we're looking at this, it does break to the upside most likely. However, what we're also seeing is this green start to weaken. That means that the money flow is no longer coming in as positive as it was coming in before. And we're looking at a daily chart. So if we go down to a 4-hour chart, then we're seeing the money flow coming out. And then the question is, do we really think that that's going to reverse or not? That's the question that we're really kind of asking here is, does this reverse or not? Just so that's just an idea, guys. When you're looking at this stuff, this 50 and this 200 SMA, look how far we are above that. Now, normally these things act like magnets, and look at this. This is all along the AM. This is all along, unless it has a big move. And it doesn't really separate, but look how separate this is right now. One of the things that these things do tend to do is they tend to migrate back to that 200 and to that 50 SMA. Is it science? No, it's real. Well, I mean, it is, but it's guessing really. So like the most likely scenario for most people, just so you guys know, is to the downside. So that's what it is. So let's go down here and we're going to go up. Richard says up. Blacker Jack says up. Philip says up. Maddie B says up. Tennessee Eco Man says up. Janet Lachey comes in with down, so it's 5-1. Kamal and Ben, so it's 7-1 up. Jonathan Nelson up, making it 8-1. Lando makes it 8-2. Sativa says 8-3. Dutch Cheese down 8-4. Juicy says 8-5. CODM makes it 9-5. What a way to make a living. Sativa goes with down, so it's 9-6. Brandon, let's go, Brandon, 9-7. George Dominic, 9-8. Ryo's here, 9-9. And we need a tiebreaker. We need a tiebreaker. Is there a tiebreaker in here? True. Okay, here's what we're doing. We're going to go long on XRP. Do we go up or down? That's all you got to do. Are we going long or are we going short? Just say up or down. You make that decision. Oh, we got a down and an up. There we go. So it's still tied 10-10. True, you are you're the guy that makes the difference here. Are we going up or are we going down? Gotta have an answer. Scam Wick down. David Grensler comes in. I got rug down. Okay, now we've got people saying down. Now we've got real downward pressure. Now we've got 10 up and 12 down. All right. So, True, do you want to weigh in here? Uh-oh, we got 11. Okay, now we got 13. There we go. It's 11-13 right now. All right, Jonathan Nelson says, I am just saying last time someone asked me, I said NVIDIA would rock it and it tripled. Well, this ain't NVIDIA. We're at 11-13. This is Crypt Bro. All right, so we're 11-13. True does not have an opinion on this, I don't think. So Now the question is, what about the market? Let's look at the market. The market is starting to pump. It's starting to pump. We've got 11 up and 12 down. And we are starting to pump into it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go long. We're going to go short, just like everybody said. We're going to go 5x. We're going to go short. And we're going to... Whoop, 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 whoop. And we're going to go with market price. And we're going short. So we just sent in. We're going short on XRP. Our liquidation is 86.77 cents, and we're looking for the price action to come down. So there we go. We will know exactly what happened in the morning. If XRP comes down a little bit, I'm going to set a small take profit down there in case the price goes down just a little bit and starts to correct a little bit more, so that we have a little bit of profit off of that. And I'll let you guys know how it plays out. But tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll have a nice little pump overnight, because it looks like the markets are responding positive, and we should see a nice little rise on this thing. So you guys, if I don't make anything off of that and we get screwed on that, it's your fucking fault. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Oh, God. It's okay. No big deal. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, right? But just so you guys know, I got one more over here that I need to share with you. I am still long on Bitcoin. Oh, by the way, my boy Tom Crown, I have the strangest friends anymore. He got wrecked. He got in a little bit before me at 30,700. He ended up getting his long got absolutely wrecked over here. So I stuck with mine, and I got in at a way better price than he did. So I am now down about $170 on this one overall. This is a 15x long on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin runs tonight, then that'll be a great one. Now I set a take profit at 32,900 because I didn't want, I wanted to just run and give it a chance and give it some space to see what it would do, just in case the market conditions were such that, we could start to get some kind of, positive spins, positive run. If we get a nice little pump overnight and we start getting back up to that 31,000 level, stuff like that, then I'll probably change this, because if it goes to 31,000, then the profit on that is $494. So I would be motivated by that. 31.5 means it's about $915. So what I'm going to do for the night, I know it's not going to get there, right? It's 32,900. And let me show you guys why I picked 32,900, and that will give you a little bit of an understanding of why I'm picking a specific amount at a specific range that makes absolutely no sense otherwise. So we're going to come over here to the Bitcoin USDT, and we're going to do daily longs, and you're going to see down over here, right there. This right here is the wick for the bottom of some of this market, right? And this is the lowest kind of wick recently. So if we pump, right, and we pump back to where we already are, then we're at 31.5. And so I don't think that that's going to stop anything, right? I think that if we get on a grand pump, it's going to go to the lowest point of whatever move it is, right? So that's going to be right here. And I'm going to lay a horizontal ray out at exactly this spot. And then the low on this spot is 32,909. You can see that up here in the middle where it says OHL across the top in the green. So 32,909 is the number. Right there is where that ray is. So what I did is I went right under where that would land to 32.9, because if it wicks, then it would just wick up into that area, and that would be a nice little run. So if that happens, then the profit off of 32,900 would be 2,095. So that's why we're sitting there holding this. And my liquidation point is 28,516. So I don't feel like we're going to go down that low. I mean, we could, like, I could lose the whole thing. We could definitely go down there, but I think I'm going to hold on to this and just see where it goes. If we get a nice little run and we get to that 32.9, then I'm going to reverse it and I'm going to go short and probably short it back down to where is the level coming back down. So the level coming back down is about 31.7. So we'll probably short it back down to 31.7, maybe down into this range right here where this wick would go, most probably would be 31.5. So we'll probably do the top of this wick at like 31.7, 31.8 is where we would short it down to. And basically just try to flip that money back over again. You know what I mean? Like if we can make 2,000 on this big up, then we can make maybe, 500 or so on the way back down. Then we'd have just a better position to run it up one more time. So, all right, there we go, guys. It's time for me to go, walk the cat. Oh, and the dog. So it's not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for coming in, especially the 48 of you who actually hit the like button. We had like 100 and something people in here at one point, not hitting the like button. That's just absolutely crazy. Just bonkers. That kind of shit right there. Anyway, so we will see you guys very, very soon. You guys have a good night, and we will see you for breakfast in the morning.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, and the proof's in the pudding. So, can we forget about the things I said when I was strong? I ain't mean to call you that. I'm ice cold.